All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sanusi Life. My name is Adewale Agboke Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, we're going to continue talking about the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Today, we're going to focus on the tiger from the villain side, the assassins. Of course, I'm going to focus on the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, but the villain side, the assassins, and then specifically a mystical tiger, the guardian, the protector of Sanusi himself, the overlord of the assassins, Sphinx. So I'm going to show you who Sphinx is, because I know y'all are wondering, like, Sphinx? Who's Sphinx about? Excuse me, not Sphinx, Seth. I can't believe I just said Sphinx. Seth, the evil twin of Sphinx, the evil tiger. So basically, Sanusi's protector. Same way Sphinx is Cajun's protector, Seth is Sanusi's protector. And this tiger is one evil-looking individual. Check that out. That's Seth right there at the bottom. That's the evil Seth right there. You know what I'm saying? He's the evil mystical tiger. The opposite of Sphinx. Everything Sphinx is, well, Seth is evil in that way, but in a villainous way. You know what I'm saying? This is the nerd action going on right here. Villainous. I can't believe I just said villainous. I don't even know if that's a word. But bottom line is, Seth is the evil tiger, the evil matched twin of Sphinx. So before we get into this podcast, I want to thank our sponsors. This television podcast is brought to you by Tigler. If you need executive services from plumbers to pediatricians and everything between, search Tigler today. That's Tigler.com, y'all. That's Tigler.com. Search today. Don't wait. Search today. That's Tigler.com, y'all. Like I stated before, Tigler is operated and owned by one of the best CEOs out there. Okay? He's operating a search platform that allows you to find all the professionals you need, from plumbers, pediatricians, nurses, contractors, landscapers, plumbers, carpenters, anything professional, man. You need work done in your house, Tigler.com. Find the nearest in your neighborhood. And if you're in the Long Beach, California area, or you're also in the Virginia, Great Falls area, you can either one. So they're in 2 states. They're doing amazing things, and they also got their social media platforms coming soon. So don't worry about that. That's coming down the pike. Trust me, it is coming down the pike. So the Twitters, the YouTubes, the Facebooks, all that good stuff, Tigler's got that coming. So y'all get ready, man. So Tigler.com. Don't wait, search today. That's Tigler.com, y'all. Tigler.com. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadale Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadale Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. Like I stated before, each one of these custom orthotics designed by Dr. Neruda, so they're the most foot specialists in the galaxy. Making sure that if people's feet out there is not hurting. I got them custom designed for my feet specifically. So that means it's not generic. You're not going to find this at Walmart. You're not going to find it at Target. You're not going to find it anywhere other than Anadale Center. So if you're in the Dallas, Frisco, Texas area, or if you're in the Dallas area, the Frisco, Texas area, maybe even if you live in Houston, Texas, maybe you want to take a drive down the ways so you can see Dr. Neruda there so you can get your feet where they need to be. You know what I mean? The main thing is custom orthotics. I used to have foot pain. I used to have plantar fasciitis. It used to hurt like I don't know what. Dr. Neruda saw me. He got me, said I didn't even need surgery. Just told me what exercises to do. I got to do the exercise, and now my feet, I'm pain-free, going on 8 years plus. It's been a long time since I felt any kind of pain in my foot. And also, too, designing these custom orthotics was the fantastic, what really pushed it to the next level. And I always put each one of these, every time I wear my Bata sneakers, I got this in here, right there, AnadaleCenter.com. So it's custom orthotics, only made by Anadale Center. So make your appointment today, get your feet where they need to be. And don't forget, Anadale is available on YouTube right now. They got their YouTube videos coming up, Soul Inspiration. They got one literally every week, interviewing different people in the doctor spectrum, in the medicine spectrum, talking about what it took for them to get to where they are. So check that out, Soul Inspiration, on Anadale channel, on the YouTube channel. Don't forget that they also are on the on TikTok. They're also on Facebook, and they're also on Instagram. So check them out, Anadale Center. Check them out, yo. They got amazing videos going over there, man. So, yo, that's our sponsors right there. These bills got to be paid. You know, I ain't trying to have the light cuts. You feel? Ain't trying to have the light cut. You know what I mean? So I got to pay these bills. So, yo, that's our sponsors right there, man. So now, look, let's focus on the character of the day, Seth, the evil, mystical Egyptian tiger. I told y'all, this tiger is the bodyguard of Sanusi. You know what I'm saying? So let me show y'all Seth. Now the things I'm going to talk about with Seth today is origins, history, the abilities, comics, animation, movies, and final thoughts. So, of course, my final thoughts are always all the cool stuff that I got gear. So I can't wait to show you all the new gear. Look, I want to show you Seth. Let me focus on him again. Look at him. That's him right there. At the bottom right there. That evil mystical tiger. I got to tell you, Seth gets a lot of love at the comic expos or just in general. They're like, man, that tiger is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then this is the original Seth when it first jumped off. I got to show it to y'all. Y'all see Seth right there? The black tiger? Yep, that's him right there. That's when it first jumped off. Being one of the things that gives me pride in the way I've created the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe is the fact that I started from somewhere. I really didn't have much, but I built it from the ground up. And look, if you look at it in the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins sphere, that's Seth right there. Y'all can see him right there. This is the classic, this is the first original Karjakz Vs Assassins poster. Then when I flip it to the next one, which is this one, so y'all can see Seth right there. You see that? You see Seth, the change. That's him right there. Evil mystical tiger right there. You see that? And then when I made another change again, you can still see Seth right there. The evil mystical tiger. Oh, man. Evil mystical tiger right there. You see it? Yeah, that's what's up right there. You know what I mean? So it's amazing right there. So that's Seth right there. So look, one of the cool things. Look at this over here. I got phones beeping. One of the cool things about my podcast is that I don't really have I get to talk about these characters in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe the way I want to. So Seth, the origins of Seth. Man, this is interesting because I remember thinking about what I was going to say to y'all. I've been thinking about the whole week. Seth is an evil mystical tiger. Now, he's the opposite of Sphinx. Now, some things I'm going to tell you about Seth was origin so you can know what's up. I think it's important to know this. So Seth is the evil protector of Sun Tzu. Of course, in the Egyptian mystical tiger, he grew up. He was he's basically the same. Did the episode back in the past on Sphinx. Well, now I'm doing one of Seth. That he's the evil protector of Lord Sun Tzu. When the tigers were brought to from Egypt as a gift, one was a good one and one was bad. Seth just happened to be the bad one, and you could tell he was bad. Just not because he was black, skin was black, but the way he looked, the way he behaved, his behavior, it was always like towards the side of darkness. And so when Sun Tzu created when Sun Tzu came to Egypt on a trip, Sphinx was given to him. Seth was given to him as a gift actually. And Sun Tzu was like, he was walking through this area. I can't tell y'all too much because that would give away the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book and the very subsequent books that I have coming. But Seth was a gift given to Sun Tzu by one of the evil villains in the area of Egypt. And he said he owed money. And in order to pay what he owed, he had Seth. So he said, well, we can call it even if you give me that tiger right there. So that's simply how Seth became part of Sun Tzu's life. He got handed to him, and Seth was given to Sun Tzu while he was a baby, was a cub. And so Sun Tzu groomed him, and then Seth all of a sudden became the protector. But also to indirectly, Seth has always been in line to always be protecting Sun Tzu because it came from the past. You got to understand, Sphinx and Seth were gifts. And so then when Sun Tzu takes Seth from Egypt and takes him around and moves him to everywhere that he's moving to, he becomes part of his life. Not only does Seth become a cub, he grows up into a full-grown tiger, and then he becomes a guardian, a protector. That's why you see Sun Tzu. When Sun Tzu's over here, anywhere you see Sun Tzu, you're going to see Seth. You see that body armor, just like Sphinx? That's what Seth's got too. He's got body armor. They are the complete, they're the clones of each other, the opposites of each other. Yin and yang, I would say. But Seth was a gift given to Sun Tzu by an evil overlord who decided, I can't pay my bills, but I do have this rare tiger. Excuse me, I gotta get water. I do have this red tiger, and this I can settle my debt. Sun Tzu said, I'm collecting, but that doesn't mean you still don't owe me money. This just buys you time. You know what I mean? So he gave Seth away when Seth was a cub. And I know you're wondering, how can he give Seth away? How can he even have Seth walked away? Because Seth was a cub at the time, unknown. And so this owner that gave Sun Tzu Seth was not a good person. He used to abuse Seth. He used to beat Seth, didn't feed him, starved him, all kinds of mess. And so Seth grew to be really left the complete opposite was looking for food, always starving. And so this owner that owned Seth was just not a cool dude. But in time though, Seth was going to come back and make sure he collected. So then guess what happens? So Sun Tzu takes Seth with him on his many travels across the globe, even back to the Philippines, to go and collect kanji and grivo. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me, y'all. While Seth is building this amazing future, while Sun Tzu is building this amazing future, he's got a guardian in Seth, who literally isn't just a tiger, but he's a guardian. So when Sun Tzu puts his armor on, Seth is able to kind of configure an armor that's meant for him as well. Same way Sphinx configured the armor him. Seth is like the complete opposite of Sphinx. And yes, I know you're wondering what's his age. It's probably a barometer between 500 years old and 700 years old. He's been around for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Seth has been around for a good minute. You know what I'm saying? And so even though Seth was given to Sun Tzu, you're thinking he's a cub, but he really wasn't a cub. He was just kind of shrunk himself in space to keep himself like small, so nobody would think he was anything. You had to kind of protect himself. And then when the time came, just like that, when the minute Seth was given to Sun Tzu, Seth just grew like huge. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what the hell? Sun Tzu's looking like, what the hell is going on here? He's like, wait, you're not tiny? No, he's not tiny. Because he had to protect himself. That owner that owned Seth didn't know that Seth was actually a giant-sized tiger. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of Seth's being clever, being what's the word I look for? Being a creature, just deciding, you know what, I can fit in, I can blend in. It'd be easier if I blend in than stand out. So that's what Seth did. So that's Seth's origins. An Egyptian mystical tiger, well over 700 years old, came from the same era when Sphinx of the Karjakz came. Except he's an evil tiger, the yin and the yang, the complete opposite of Sphinx. Yes, Seth, I tell you, man, he get mad props. And yo, that's him on the banner right there. I know y'all are wondering. That's him at the bottom right there. You can see my hand. You know what I'm saying? So yo, that's Seth right there. That's his origins. Now next up is the history of Seth. Seth's history is a tiger, and I'm going to read you some stuff if I can find anything to read. You know what I'm saying? Look, here we go. So Seth is evil mystical tiger, like I told you. He's the complete opposite of Sphinx. He's the guardian. He's the guardian of Sun Tzu. Now, Seth was given, as I told you, Seth was given to Sun Tzu as a way to pay off a debt. But then Sun Tzu quickly realized that Seth is a mystical tiger. It has abilities, powers, which I'm going to get into later. Seth can do a bunch of different things. And so Sun Tzu decides to kind of infuse technology into some of Sphinx's ability, Seth's ability, And Seth's abilities included changing weight, size, and all that stuff, and I'm going to talk about it later. But one of the things why, the history of Seth is once he got with Sun Tzu, became his guardian, became his protector. Now everywhere Sun Tzu was going, Seth was there. And every time they would travel, he would have to change his shape. Whether he changed into a regular dog, which was a regular. I know y'all are wondering when Seth is not the evil mystical tiger, what does he transform into? He transforms basically into a blue pit tiger. No, excuse me, a blue pit bull. Like a black grayish color pit bull, which is significant because people are like, whoa, that's kind of easy. Well, that's what it transforms into. So, you know what I'm saying? So people don't mess with him. And then when he's ready to transform into into Seth, he just goes back to the shape-shifting mode and shifts his back. It's true. Sun Tzu had to kind of figure out, okay, what are Seth's powers? What can Seth do? What are the limitations? And then also too, as Seth is growing, he's already grown, and Sun Tzu quickly realized, like, this tiger is well over 700 years old. How long has this thing been around? Now, the thing about Seth is that Seth is also a guardian from a character in the past, which is all part of the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, which I can't tell you about now. But all I can tell you is that the character is a god. So just like how Sphinx used to hang around the god from the Karjakz Vs Assassins, from the Karjakz universe, well, Seth used to be around the god from the assassins, from the assassin side of town. And so now you got Seth, who's a guardian protector, who's been around for 700 years. He's going with Sanusi everywhere, from the Philippines to the different parts of Los Angeles to the different nemesis, the individuals that are nemesis of Sanusi. And Sanusi would literally send Seth to literally infiltrate a place and just go tear the head off of opposing opposition. There was no, Seth was just straight up evil. Like, Seth is straight up evil. He's the complete opposite of Sphinx. Seth ain't got no problem just rolling up on, as big as he is, he can just roll up on somebody and just bite the whole human being and tear them up. I mean, Seth don't care. You know what I'm saying? And so Sanusi was grooming this mystical evil tiger to do all these amazing things. And so as Seth continues to grow, he realizes he's part of a formation. So when they go back to, it's funny that I tell this story, when they go back to the Philippines, Dragon Island, to go collect Kanji and Revo, guess who's with Sanusi? Seth. And then guess what Sanusi does to one of the people that harmed Kanji's mother before Kanji's the head honchos got dealt with by Revo and Kanji, but the lieutenants that were under, oh, that was free lunch for Sphinx. I mean for Seth, excuse me. Sanusi was like, here you go, all the free food you can eat, and he just went to work on them villains, man. And people got tore up. You feel me? Seth is not your typical evil mystical tiger. Seth is, man, he's just, oh my god, I can't even think of any tiger that evil other than Panther from He-Man. I'm talking about the one from 2003. That's the only Panther I know. But Seth is the evil mystical tiger. He has all these different abilities. He's known to do he's basically Sanusi's guardian, and in being that guardian, excuse me, y'all, he has the ability to I refuse to not record this episode. He has the ability to change size, be a guardian. His history is one of it's kind of like, I don't want to say that Sphinx got the good, like, got good life, but he didn't. But it's just that Seth kind of made his own, kind of was just from being a cub, he was just evil. He knew what he didn't want to do, and he didn't do it. He didn't do what you wanted him to do. He was kind of a self-loving, self-serving person, a self-serving creature, if you want to call it that, because that's what he was. He was a creature. And so he wasn't just a tiger, but he had a demonness in himself. So, and then he just was like crushing people and destroying people. So Seth's history is like a tiger who Sanusi finds in mystical Egypt, and then he brings him along, and this tiger goes from being a debt to like the protector of Sanusi, which is wild, y'all. Yeah, that's right, y'all. I got Sphinx. I mean, I got Twix. Oh my god, I can't ever think straight. Because I gotta get this candy in me. You know what I mean? So hey, y'all, I have to eat. So Seth's history that's his history. A tiger that's out of place and then finds his place with Sanusi. I know y'all are wondering, wait, what about all this time that he's been around? Well, you gotta understand, Seth and Sphinx has been around for a long time. The only difference is, once they got into this new timeline, Seth kind of has to find a whole place to start all over again. And then, excuse me, y'all, Sphinx was pushed towards Cajun, so they found each other. It was not by an accident. There's a god in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe that pulls them together. That's all I'm going to say. Whereas Seth had to kind of find his route to get into Sanusi, and the only way to do it was to pretend to be a caged tiger with this idiot that was owning him, that Sanusi eventually took him from. So that's Seth's abilities, man. Seth's history. Next. Next up are his abilities. Now, Seth is an evil mystical tiger. When I say this dude can do multiple things, he can do a bunch of different things. His abilities include growing in size, shifting into shadows, putting body armor in his body. Y'all, look, I'm about to read y'all a bunch of stuff. I'm about to tell y'all a whole lot about this dude. Oh, y'all gonna see what's up. Y'all, you know, I'm gonna give you a little snippet of the assassins, but not too much. But I do wanna. Here we go. You know what, y'all? I got to get, because I want to say this information about Seth like to y'all properly. I gotta get this information. Let's see here. Final page. There we go. Because y'all gotta know what's up. I gotta let y'all know what's up. So Seth, his powers include height, changing weight and size. Yeah, that's right. Here we go. I should have had this up. Damn, I messed up. That way I can read this. Alright, so Seth is the evil mystical tiger of Sphinx. Seth is the evil twin of Sphinx. He has the ability to change size, weights, turn his skin to organic steel, and blend into shadows. Like I was saying, Seth, like, man, when I say evilness, oh my god, I wish y'all could see him in the comic book like I'm looking at right now, the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. But his abilities also too, he has the ability to put that organic steel on his body, which looks like body armor. Can you imagine Seth hunting somebody in the shadows at night with those red eyes? Oh my god. And yes, those red eyes are actually kind of special. They allow him to actually see in a way that you can't believe, in a way like that's kind of what's the word I'm looking for, kind of disorienting to the person that he stares at, or just making it like where at dark there's like an infrared there's an infrared style to it. It's sick as hell, man. But these are all things I can only tell you a little bit, because that'd be given away in the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book, because I got to protect the stuff. I got to keep it 100. I got to keep it like where it's not you can't know everything I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to tell you all everything. But when you have a tiger like this, and then he's the complete opposite of Sphinx, because Sphinx powers are light powers. Seth's powers are dark powers. You know what I'm saying? They bestowed upon him by a evil shaman in the Egyptian realm and Egyptian mystical realm. And they, like, you know what? One shall be dark, one shall be light. So Sphinx powers came from a light shaman. Seth's powers come from a dark shaman. And then that's why he blends into shadows. That's why he has those red eyes. They look like infrared scope when he's looking at people, or when you can see through his eyes. This dude, man, when I say guardian, he's a guardian. Like, Sanusi's armor is sage sword can actually rest in Sphinx's armor. When like kind of like you have two swords in the tiger's sheath armor. That's the way same with Seth. It can actually carry Sanusi's armor, and he's actually built to actually, when I say grow in size, he can really grow in size. I'm talking like as big as an elephant. Like, that's huge. Can you imagine him coming as being as big as an elephant? That's just nuts, man. This dude is, and then at the same time to still have the organic steel and blend into the shadows, so he doesn't lose any powers when he grows in size. In fact, everything gets amplified. It's totally crazy, man. Like, Seth, can you imagine this in like an animation series you're watching and you're just like, what the hell just happened? Well, it went down. That's what the hell just happened. So that's Seth's abilities. A powers given to him by evil mystical shaman, the dark shadows. Excuse me, y'all. And then all of a sudden, he's over here like eating people, burning through them with his eyes. Like, this dude Seth is different, man. There's never been a tiger this cool. Like I said, some people think Seth is actually cooler than Sphinx. I've been at art shows. I've shown people that just see my artwork. They're like, "Hey, who's this black tiger?" I was like, "Oh man, that's Seth." They're like, "He looks like he can do some damage." I said, "Yeah, you sure? You have no idea how much damage this guy can do." The creepy part is that he can blend into shadows, and shadows can exist in light and dark times, during the day or night. So you can imagine Seth rolling on somebody during the day. Oh my god. And it's even worse at night. Now that's really creepy. You know what I'm saying? So Seth's abilities, and a lot of it's really, especially when he changes weight. Oh my god. Talk about not being able to move an object. He's like, man, how much is Seth? It's probably like almost when he changes weight and goes organic steel, it might be 3 tons. That's a heavy. You ain't moving him at all, and he still moves fast as hell. That's the creepy part. Probably weighs about 1 ton when he puts on that organic steel. Without organic steel, he's about probably 500 pounds. When he puts on organic steel, 1 ton. 1 ton. Sorry, y'all. That's 1,000 pounds. I know what you're thinking. I said 3 tons. My bad. I meant 1 ton. 1 ton is so much weight, it's not even funny. You know what I'm saying? But yo, that's Seth's abilities right there. Next up are the comic books. Comic books are, now even though he's a tiger, he can't literally have his own comic book, but everything that Sun Tzu is in, he has to be in. So look, let's check out the comic books, right? So it gives me a chance to talk about the bio book. Classic bio book number 1, bio book number 2, bio book number 3. Now look, let me show y'all the characters. Oh yeah, here we go. As I said, version 1 of Sphinx, of Seth right there. Look at that. I keep calling him Sphinx. This is Seth, man. My bad, y'all. Him and Sun Tzu right there. Now look at this version. Right there. You see him? You see he's going through changes right there? Yeah, it's pretty sick. And then, last but not least, the third version of the bio book. This is where he transforms. You see how the tiger looks? You see how he looks now? He doesn't have that grayscale armor like he did in the second time when he was created. You know what I'm saying? And then no, this is him with the assassins right there. And then you see Sphinx. You see Seth right there again with the assassins right. That's Seth right there. You see him. Then of course, when it all jumped off, that's Seth right there. You see him right there. You know what I mean? So the comic books, anything, as I said, wherever Sun Tzu goes, Seth is gonna go. Now the comic books are different because in the comics, he's only in existence whenever Sun Tzu's somewhere. Whenever Sun Tzu's doing what Sun Tzu does, which is universal domination. So he's the bodyguard. You get to see the story of a tiger, which would be interesting. From 700 years ago, when he was a protector of an evil god, to when he became in this timeline where he's now a protector of Sun Tzu. So there's like a story of like how we're gonna figure out how we got here from childhood. Well, I guess we want to call it from the baby cub to a middle cub to a grown cub. How he became realizing his manifestation of his powers and how to use them and how to orchestrate doing what he does, which would be insane. And so how he becomes Sun Tzu's guardian and protector and completely takes over completely, which is totally super cool. You know what I mean? It's like this comic book is gonna be interesting because I have to tell it through the eyes of through Seth's eyes, but a part of Sun Tzu's life, because he has Seth has had 2 existences: the one from 700 years ago, and then the one from in the current times now. You know what I mean? So Seth's comics are intertwined with Sun Tzu. There's no like Seth has got his own story. He doesn't really have that. It's kind of tied towards it. I mean, I want people to understand that this character is not your typical. This tiger is not your typical tiger. I mean, the only tiger that I think that's even half as cool as Sphinx and Seth is Battle Cat, and and then White Blaze from Ronin Warriors. Y'all remember White Blaze from Ronin Warriors? There was a variation of him that turned into like this black tiger, and I think that was the first version of that tiger that whenever Ryo turned into God, the armor of Inferno. Well, with Seth, he was born with these abilities. He was born from the era where basically we have to tell the story of how he became Seth, joining forces with Sanusi. And each one of these things takes God knows how long. And I can only give you so much because I don't want to tell you too much because I need to keep you guys on intrigued for the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. Like, this tiger is so freaking cool. And I'm going to tell the story from when he was a cub, tell the story from when he became grown enough to leave, then when he becomes Sanusi's protective guardian, which was wild. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the comic books right there. A tiger that's what's the word I'm looking for here? A tiger that exists. And you also too, the main thing about the comics is you get to see how is it that Sphinx turned out one way and Seth turned out the other way. That's going to be the good thing about the comic books, right? There's like, what? How did that happen? And they both grew up in the same environment. It's just that Seth was just like I don't want to call it victimized, but Seth kind of was sitting on this. Always thought all stuff was kind of owed to him, and had the spirit of nobody owes me nothing. But Sphinx had that attitude, but Seth was like, no, you owe me something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to take it, even though I'm not going to work for it, but I'm going to take it. So though, that's Seth's comic books right there. Next. Next up is the animation. The animation is basically everything that Sanusi. You know what? Let me see. Everything that Sanusi does, part of the old animation, like the comic books, for example. The story of how Sphinx becomes this is what I'm looking for. How Sphinx becomes the protector of Sanusi from the past when he was a cub, all the way to when he's a grown tiger, from some past to middle tiger to grown tiger. But you have to understand, like, the animations, everything is tied towards Sanusi. So on Sanusi's journeys, well, not tied towards Sanusi. The first half of the animation could include, like, you have three different major series. You could have Sphinx when he was with the first evil god during before the assassins, before Karjakz Vs Assassins. Then you have him when he was with when he meets Sanusi. And then you have him when he's no longer with Sanusi. Going forward with Sanusi. So building a evil empire, as I like to call it, an evil menace of an empire. I mean, the animations, I plan on having them like really detailed. It's going to be weird, but you probably the first time you'll ever see an animation that's actually focusing on strictly a tiger that can't talk, can't do any of that stuff, which would be kind of cool because you just get to see movement. But also too, you get to see him intertwined with Sanusi. You know what I mean? So the animation is pretty oh my god. The animation is pretty sick. And also too, Seth was one of those characters when I created the animation for the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins animation. I got to really what's the word? I had to figure out clever ways to animate him, which was the interesting challenge right there. Because I would put him in a scene with Sanusi and didn't have to make him look like he's actually there with Sanusi. Oh, and speaking of animations, I got to talk about this animation. Look, let me play this for y'all. This animation right there. This animation is the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins animation intro that I made in school. So let me show it to y'all. Y'all get ready? Here we go. Boom. told y'all, super sick, super good. It's one of the coolest things I've ever created. Like, just creating the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe was cool. But then when I created the animation, and of course Seth and Sanusi got their part, it really made me feel good about what my abilities were, excuse me y'all, as an animator, what I could do, what I could become. Then I started to believe in myself. Then from that animation that I created is what led to the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book that I'm working on right now, is what led me to have these different ideas with my apparel and all this other stuff that I'm doing. It just allowed me to grow as an artist, because when you're creating animations for characters, you have to literally do all the work and then pick up where you left off. You really, sometimes you have a team, sometimes you don't. I've been doing it on my own, but Seth, when I do an animation, is going to tell the story of how he becomes, he was a mystical tiger 700 years ago. He gets discarded. Sanusi picks him up from that villain that owed him stuff. And then he goes with Sanusi on his journey, and Sanusi's going through the world, conquering and putting soldiers together, putting a team together. And meanwhile, the whole time, Seth is right there next to him. And then even when he goes back to the Philippines, the Dragon Islands, to go get his children, Seth is still with him. So Seth's animation is gonna be sick. I'm gonna make sure I plan on y'all can see this character. You ever seen Yosuke Soki, Syasuke, Yasuke on Netflix? It's about the African American samurai ninja from back in the past who actually was a general, which was totally cool and awesome. And so Seth's the animation on Seth is going to be that simple. I'm going to get to show y'all all the stuff that Seth can do, moving around on a lot of stuff. Same thing with Sphinx when I get a chance. But Seth, you have to show him that. I wanted to show him in an animation style where he's focused on Sanusi. He's with Sanusi, but he's also part of the whole Karjakz Assassin universe. Then he's part of the Assassin universe. Then he's part of the journeys of Sanusi himself. So wherever Sanusi is, you know, Seth is right there. So yo, that's Seth in the animation. I can't wait to animate Seth in kind of like isolation too, because that's going to be important. You want to make sure. Yes, I get people are trying to have what's what I'm looking for. You have to have an animation that makes sense about what Seth is and how he became what he became. You know what I mean? So that's Seth's. That's the comic. That's the animations right there. Last but not least is the movies. Man, whatever movie Sanusi is in, and let me tell you, the movies ain't gonna be no joke. Oh Lord have mercy. Movies ain't gonna be no joke. That's gonna be a crazy that's gonna be crazy. The movie's gonna be no joke. Because you have to this is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna figure out how we're gonna put Seth on the same page as Sanusi, but he looks like that as a tiger. Yeah, and if you're wondering again, let me show you. Look at this right here. That's Seth right there. Man, how do you put that together? It's called CGI technology. It's got all kinds of technologies, but we're going to make it work, man, because I don't really need nobody to voice him, but I'm going to have somebody voice Seth, which would be important because it's not so much about talking. It's just about looking at the illusion of making cinematic choices. And like the movies have to be like where Sanusi, it's gonna look real, because I could do it two ways. I could do it actually only one way to do is to do a movie. But if I do something kind of animated, I got to do something cool. It's got to be like what we did at school with the with 3D modeling. You know what I'm saying? I'll stick with that. You using Sphinx in the movies, Seth in the movies, and it looks completely different. Then you use him in 3D modeling animation. That's gonna be pretty sick. Cause you know those CGI movies. That's the kind of thing you got to do. Give me a second, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I had to go wash my face. I'm like, I got to wake up. You know what I mean? But the movies. So we got Seth as a child, Seth as a cub, Seth as a what you call this thing, as a middle cub, and then Seth as a grown cub, and doing that time from of 700 years from when he was in the past to to the present now, and then when he was the first evil protector that he was protecting, and then where he is now with Sanusi, and then everything is journey in between, because he really has had only two. The only thing I can tell you is how many guardians he's guarded, which has been 2 individuals. I can't tell you everything. The in between stuff has got to be in the Karjakz Vs Assassins comic when you read it, because in subsequent comic books that are coming out, because it's gonna be sick. But movies, oh my god, how cool is that gonna have when I have when I have Seth on the set, and we come up with a constructive way to have Seth and whoever's dressed up as Sanusi in that armor doing a movie scene. That's gonna be so sick. Like having the actor correlate and relate to the tiger and actually looks real, like kind of like almost talking to a dog on a movie set. It's gonna be nuts, y'all. The movie, I'm looking forward to the movies because it's gonna be a very interesting challenge. It's gonna be the first time I'm gonna see my characters, and also to Seth in like a more than a 2D a 2D world. It's kind of more of a more of a 2D world versus a 3D world. It's gonna be sick. This movie is gonna be sick. Having different actors. I guess since Seth can't talk, it's not really gonna be any need for talking. But if I ever needed like characters to get Sanusi to talk, I already know who to reach out to. So the movie's gonna be off the chain. The movie's gonna be like very, oh my god, what's this? Very futuristic, but also too creating of the tiger, creating of Seth going in and out of the shadows, which is the creepy part of this, or Seth just being part of the shadows, and then also too, like people wondering where's Seth gonna come from, and then people wondering, am I gonna make it to the how we gonna make it? And it's really making a movie. I don't feel like it's gonna be that hard. It's a matter of having the right technology, especially when you're talking about Sphinx versus everybody else. But it's the right technology. Excuse me, especially talking about Seth, which is about the right energy. It's about the energy of figuring out how to create a constructive character that's gonna be sick as hell. So that's the movies, man. I mean, yo, I know that making a movie on a tiger is like what the, but you're not. He's gonna be a part of Sanusi's movies. That's how you get to see the history of Seth right there. You know what I mean? His own individual movies from when he came from the past, and then to the present, and then to the future. Then also, so that's really important. You got to have a path and way to what's his word, to have Seth working in that direction like that. I think it's the best thing you can do. You know what I mean? So it's the best thing I can do. I want to do it in a way where the story tells the story of 2 individuals, but but Seth is also still individualistically by himself. I'm telling his own story. So yo, that's the movies right there, man. You know what I mean? So that's Seth today. The things that I know it's a tiger, but I just felt the need to do the episode because I did one on Sphinx. And I said, why not? Let me just do the next, just do one on Seth. I got to, because everywhere I've created the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe and the Assassins universe, I've had Seth right there. Not to mention Seth just looks sick as hell. Wait till you see the new Seth. I'm actually looking at the oh yo, hold on, y'all. My computer done fell asleep. That's messed up. So Seth is Seth is when you have a character, a character that's this pretty cool, put him in a movie is gonna be cakewalk. I mean, the creating an origin for him, having the origins, like it's so the final. So now, recapping everything I talked about, Seth. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting over here tongue-tied and stuff. Seth's origins, his history, of course, his origins coming from ancient mystical Egypt, right? He gets once he was protecting the old evil leader way from the future, some of the origins of how he comes from the past and builds and then gets into the present. Then his history is how he meets Sun Tzu, and then Sun Tzu allows him to just pretty much become a guardian, but at the same time too, anybody who needs to be destroyed, he can just send Seth. It's totally crazy, man. And then next up is the abilities: shape-shifting, putting on weight, using organic steel to build over his body. And then looking at people are just like, what, you know what I'm saying? What do you want? You know what I'm saying? Seth is just, oh my God, all around evil. Then of course the comics telling the story of how from the past to the present, 700 years ago to the current times now, or just plain understanding him, because I can't stress enough the importance of understanding how a character operates. So I've never seen a comic series on the Tiger before. We're about to see one. You know what I'm saying? And then of course animations too. I've seen a bunch of animations. White Blaze from Ronin Warriors, Thundercat. Panthro. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. White Blaze from Ronin Warriors. Battle Cat. Panther from He-Man, the 1992 2002 series. You just got different characters that I can base it on, but the main thing is to be able to do animations in whichever way I want to do, and that's what I plan on doing. Not having too many characters, but having a few. Then of course you got the movies. Not that you really need to voice Seth, but something's got to be where it actually makes sense that Seth is on the set. You can see him through, I guess they call it green screen or whatever you call that, but that's the whole point of Karjakz Vs Assassins right there. The thoughts, like Seth is a sick character. Using him this way, talking about him this way is interesting, because I've never actually had to talk about him before. I never really focused on talking about the Tigers before, which has always been a weird thing. You know what I mean? But yo, that's the things right there. So I want to thank y'all for listening. Before we get up out of here, yo, we got to talk about the cool new stuff that we got. Yes, cool new stuff that we got. And there's a whole lot of cool new stuff that we got. So let's first off start off with the puffer jacket. Give me a second. So look, let's start off with the puffer jacket. Yeah, because I know winter's coming, but you might as well get ready for it early. This is a puffer jacket. This is what we're making now, man. Look at this sick old puffer jacket. This is what we're doing. Look at this detail on this thing, man. I'm gonna keep it simple. Look at the left arm. You know what I'm saying? Look at the right arm. Woo! Y'all talk about cool as hell. Look at the center of the puffer jacket. So I got the classic Karjakz Vs Assassins in the front right here. I'm gonna let y'all see it, the whole thing, and I'm gonna flip it to the back. I'm doing a 360 right now. I'm modeling this thing. Puffer jackets. Y'all have never seen nothing like this, man. And we can do them in any character. I got Karjakz Vs Assassins. I got Blade. I got Iron Man. I got Batman. I got Wonder Woman, Voltron, Turtles, Mega Man, Thundercats, and I've got individual characters from the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe: Cajun, Escalade, Glox, Rasputin, Sincere, Seth, Sphinx, Sun Tzu, Artillery, Kanji, Revo, Snipes, Yukon, Coyotes. I can do them any character I want. So, you know, that's the puffer jackets, right? I mean, let me do another 360 again, let y'all see it. Man, y'all know what's up, man. This is what we're doing in the Sun Division. Major big things, always doing major big things. We got to, man. This is puffer jackets. Then next up, because you love puffer jackets, you got to wear some pants with it. So we got these awesome sweatpants. You know what I'm saying? These are awesome sweatpants right here. You can wear them with any character. So right here, you've got, look at guess who? That's right. Guess who? I'm going to show them to y'all proper. Guess who? Yep, that's Seth right there. Look at him. The evil tiger, baby. Right at the bottom, right there. You know what I mean? And these are pants. They come in, you can see, you can put any kind of design I want. Multiple characters. Karjakz Vs Assassins, Sun Tzu, Excursion, Snipes, Yukon. Doesn't matter. So on this leg, I got different characters from the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. I got Excursion. I got Snipes. I got Yukon. I got Sun Tzu. I got Sun Tzu right here. Then, of course, I got Seth. Look, check this out. Then I got Seth. You see that? Yeah, that thing's sick, man. You know what I mean? Then on this side, oh yeah, I don't want this thing fall asleep on me. Then on this side, I got the Karjakz, Cajun, Sincere, Escalade, and then, of course, Sphinx. And then, I got Shepard at the bottom right there. Check that out. Then when I flip it to the back, I got more characters. We got Revo, Yukon, Kanji, and then you got Artillery at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? That's Artillery right there. And then Artillery right there, y'all see? That's artillery right there. And then of course on this side, I got Glocks, I got Rasputin, and I got Diesel. Where's Diesel at? There we go. Y'all see Diesel? Yep, that's Diesel right there. So that's Diesel right there, y'all. Y'all see it? That's Diesel right there. You gotta have Diesel. That's Diesel right there, y'all. That's Diesel right there. You know what I mean? But that's sweatpants. Available in any color, any character. Right now, this one's Karjakz Vs Assassins, but you get them in Blade, Iron Man, Batman, Voltron, Thundercats, Flash, Ronin Warriors, Dragon, Goku vs Vegeta, Turtles, Mega Man. You've drawn it. I've got it. Wolverine, War Machine. I got different Techno Man. I got different sweatpants in different colors, man. So you know what I'm saying? You can get them multiple characters. Then of course, because I have to talk about it, I always gotta talk about it. The shoes. The shoes. The two things I'm gonna focus on. I'm gonna keep it simple, baby. I'm gonna keep it simple. Ooh, my bad. Check this out. The Bata Sport ones. I'm gonna let y'all see it in its entirety. Two pairs together. Look at the Bata Sport ones. Check that out, man. I love wearing these. And guess what? I wear these to work. My feet feel great when I'm wearing these. But now the Sport ones, we've got the replacements now. We've got the Sport 2s. But I still got to show you the OG classics, the Sport ones. These are great for running, great for general wear, great for exercise, great for working out. If you love working out but you want comfortable sneakers, the Bata Sport ones are the Bata Sport 2s, man. You know what I mean? Then, of course, you got to flip it. Look at the inside of the art. I'm always doing detail with my art. One thing that signifies my shoes is that I can do all kinds of cool art, right? Check this out. Look at this. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. That thing's sick, man. The art. That's version 5 on this side right here. And then version 1 on this side. Yeah, that's how we doing the Sound Vision, man. The Bata Sport ones. Then, of course, because it's the blue color, you know what I'm saying? You can get them in multiple colors too. You got black, blue, gray, red, navy blue, purple, pink, you name it, and any character. Karjakz Vs Assassins right here, universe. Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere, Shepherd, and Sphinx. You can even get in the evil villain assassins. You can get them in Sanusi, Artillery, Kanji, Revo, Snipes, Yukon, the Coyotes. So any Bata's 1, Sport 1s, you can get them any multiple characters, man. Then of course, I don't want to forget this one. The Bata's 3 sneakers. Yeah, that's right. The new king of the Bata's line. You got the high tops and you got the low tops. You got the Batas with the straps, which is this one right here. They got the Batas 2, 3 high tops without the straps. You know what I'm saying? So you can get them multiple. And as always, my Batas always have the cool art on it. Look at that thing, 360. Let me give y'all a good look, so you can have a good look at it. I'm gonna keep promoting these jokers till y'all get to know them good and well. Look at this thing. Woo! And it's got the own QR code on there too. Look at this. Check this out, man. This is sick. And that's the right. And this is the right foot. Now check out the left foot. Look at this. Right there. That's right. We doing big things over here, boy. We don't play. You know what I mean? So yo, that's what we doing. The Bata's 3 sneakers. I ain't gonna make it too long. I ain't gonna take up too much time, but y'all see what's up. You know what I mean? You gotta get on soundvision.com and get your pair today. And the Bata's 3 lines got multiple sizes, different type of sneakers. High tops with the straps, high tops without the straps, the Bata's Sport 2s, the Bata's Sport Queens, high tops, Bata's high tops and low tops for the kids. And as well as Bata's kids running sneakers for the kids. Man, we just got sneakers going up and down, left and right. It ain't no joke, man. Y'all see this thing. This is Spitfire, y'all. You know what I mean? So, yo, that's the Bata's footwear right there, man. So, y'all, that's all our new products right there. I wanted to focus on just apparel and sneakers. I got to do it. I had to do it, and it got done. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, that's our show for today. But before we get up out of here, first things first, I always like to talk about journals. Therapy. It's a real serious matter. You should always take it seriously. If you need some help, you should go get it. I ain't going to tell you what to do, but if you feel like you have anxiety like I used to have, anything like that, you got to get it dealt with and dealt with in a proper fashion, because anxiety can keep you being the best version of yourself. So and then in getting therapy, I realized that a journal would help me tell my story. So my therapist asked me to get a journal. And every single day I write it. Like this journal right now, this is day number 474 that we're talking about right here. You know what I'm saying? So 474th day. And that is how many times I've written a note about myself, about my day. And the things that I focus on, I'm always talking about something. It's something the first time I ever talk about it. Like I always write intentions of the day. I always say live in serenity and achieve greatness. Then I talk about things like what I'm grateful for. And then the things that are my mantras of the day. And then what I found joy in. And then tomorrow's goals. And then, of course, things that I did for myself. Then how was my day? Because those are important things. I know it sounds real simple, but that's literally what I do. And I'm going to recap what I just said again. I always write intentions of the day, whatever those things are. What I'm grateful for, I write those things down, which includes today's mantra. Today I found joy in whatever I found joy in, and then tomorrow's goals. And then, of course, on the other side, I got things that I did for myself and others, because that's important too. You over there helping others and pulling yourself forward through your works and through what you're doing. And then, of course, how was your day? How my day went. You know what I'm saying? More and more, I'm able to tell stories about how the day was balanced out. And when you start doing these journals, you really get to understand what it is. So if you love journals, you get them in any character. Karjakz Vs Assassins classic in the front here, version 5 on the back. But you get them for Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere Shepherd, Diesel, Sphinx, the Assassins. You've got Sanusi, Artillery, Kanji, Revo, Snipes, Yukon. Then, of course, Seth as well, and the Coyotes. So in any character, man, you know what I'm saying? Visit SunVision.com and get your journal today, because journals help you to know the history of who you are, man. You know what I mean? So go get one. You know what I'm saying? So that's our show for today, y'all. But forget about it here. I got to thank these sponsors. And I almost forgot. I got to talk to y'all about the bio book. Why? Because the bio book is the first official book that's going to lead to the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book, which is coming out. So if you want to know about the characters in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe before the book comes out, go get you a copy of this book so you can know what's up. You got to know what's up. Getting this book is going to let you know about each character, all the characters, at the height, weight, where they're from, and all that kind of good stuff. And of course, you got the heroes right here: the Karjakz, Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere Shepherd, Diesel, Sphinx. Then of course, you got the villainous people, led by Lord Sanusi, the Assassins, right? The Assassins. You've got Sanusi, you've got Artillery, you've got Excursion, you got Kanji, you got Revo, you got Snipes, you got Yukon, you got Seth. That's right. Today's podcast that I'm talking about. Then you got the Coyotes. And you get to see, you get to understand where the characters from, what they do, why they are who they are, and how they became who they became. So this is going to help you get ready for the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book, because that comic book is straight spit fire. It's going to be sick as hell. So yo, that's the Karjakz Vs Assassins bio book, man. And look, if you love a classic, like this is version 1. You can get this, or you can get the version 3. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the 4th version of the bio book coming soon. That's coming out too next year. You know what I mean? So check that out, man. This is sick as hell. You know what I mean? So yo, SunVision.com, get your copy today and join the movement, y'all. So y'all, that's our show for today. I gotta thank these sponsors and pay some of these bills. This SunVision podcast is brought to you by Tiegler. If you need executive service and plumbers to petitions and everything in between, search Tiegler. That's Tiegler.com. Don't wait, search today. Like I said before, it's operated by one of the best CEOs in the galaxy at the time of booking. So make sure you understand like what they're doing, how they're trying to help people to be able to achieve the success they want, which is by finding the right professionals, contractors, landscapers, plumbers, caregivers, all kinds of different positions, man, all kinds of different professionalisms. So that's what Tiegler does. Tiegler.com. Don't wait, search today, yo. That's Tiegler.com. And like this podcast also brought to you by Anadil for the Knuckle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadil for the Knuckle make your feet happy again. That's AnadilCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadilCenter.com for details, y'all. Like I said, Anadil is owned and operated by Dr. Nero Nusode, the best foot specialist in the galaxy. In the galaxy, not in the world, in the galaxy. So go meet Dr. Nusode and get your feet where they need to be, man. Make them happy again, because ain't nothing worse than walking around with foot pain. So if you're in the Dallas, Texas, Frisco area, please go see Dr. Nusode. And if you are in the Long Beach, California, or if you're in Virginia area, Great Falls area, please check out Tiegler.com so you can get the best professional who can do what you need them to do at your house. So, y'all, that's our show for today, man. I want to thank y'all for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Booker Jr. Please check out our website for all the cool stuff we got. You know what I'm saying? We got a bunch of cool stuff, man. Glasses, cases, well, Karjakz Vs Assassins bio books. You know what I'm saying? We got water bottles. You know what I'm saying? What else we got? Shoot. We got sweatpants. I know y'all like that. You know what I mean? Shoot, I gotta show you more stuff. Stuff just falling down over here. We got puffer jackets, as y'all can see. You know what I'm saying? Look at this thing, looks sick as hell. We got puffer jackets. Then of course, can't forget, we got sneakers. The Bata Sport ones, or you can go get the Bata Sport 2s now available on SunVision.com. Then of course, see, I was just talking about SunVision.com. They got the Batas 3s, high tops. Look at these things, man. Available on SunVision.com. You know, we rocking it over here on SunVision.com, man. We rocking on SunVision.com. So get on there, check that out, all the cool stuff we got. You can even get a hoodie like I got on right now. I didn't even talk about the hoodie. I forgot I had this on. You know what I mean? You can get a hoodie. You can get a beanie. You can get a beanie. Reversible too. Check out this side. This is a beanie right here. Then you flip it. This is a classic version 1 of Cajun. And then if I flip it, check it out. Version 5 of Cajun. and Sphinx. Man, look at this thing. We doing over there big things, man. Look at this. You know what I'm saying? Look at the character. We doing big things. Look at Sphinx right there, version 5. And then, of course, you flip it back around. Cajun, version 1. And then right there, Sphinx, version 1. You know what I mean? So this is what we're doing this vision, man. All the cool stuff we got. And please subscribe to our podcast, our YouTube channel. That thing is growing. We now have 407 subscribers. That's at this moment that I'm telling y'all now. But it's sure it's going to be a whole lot more by the time it comes around. Subscribe to our podcast, man. So check out our new episodes every week, every Monday on our show on Monday. Every Monday, new episode. But also, too, just for all the cool videos that we put up. Professional. I go live 4 times a week. I go live twice a week now. I try to go live twice a week now. It's totally awesome. You get to see the live videos. I get to interact with a whole lot of chat people. I get haters, but I don't ever care. You know what I'm saying? You can see a whole bunch of cool stuff. You got to subscribe to us so that way when new episodes come up, whether it's the podcast, whether it's promotional videos from apparel to footwear to accessories, art accessories, all kind of different stuff we're doing. We're doing major stuff, y'all. So we're going to keep it coming. Y'all keep coming. Keep subscribing to me. I'm going to keep on coming, like Stephen A. Smith says. You know what I'm saying? So I got to, we growing the Sun Vision podcast. We're growing the YouTube channel. 407 subscribers right now while I'm talking. But I know it's going to be a whole lot more. That 500 is almost there, y'all. So please subscribe. And please check out our social media platforms at YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, X, Instagram. Social media is very vital. I can't stress the importance of social media. It is the way to grow and grow your brand, but also you can grow for free. If you get big enough on YouTube or TikTok, all these Facebook, all these different platforms, they start to pay you. And that's the whole point of what you're trying to do is to get paid for what you do. So I can't stress the importance of having the patience, the fortitude, and just all around not caring what people think. Let them say what they want to social media. Most people are weak as I don't know what, thinking they can say stuff through social media, which is a weak punk move versus actually saying it to you to your face. So I mean, look, social media is what it is. Use it for what you want to use it for. Use it to get you forward. That's all I'm going to say. It's the one great equalizer. Because back when our parents grew up, they didn't have social media like this. They couldn't self-promote their stuff. Look at me. I can actually put my stuff on YouTube, and within 5 minutes, I can have like 5,000 views, have 100 likes, and people can visit my website directly within 10 seconds. So it's not that hard. You got to use social media for what it's for. It's good for. YouTube is the king. Facebook, I feel, is second. TikTok, however long it's going to last for, is 4th place. It used to be good. Now it just sucks. And then, of course, Instagram. Instagram is probably the best one that I would say. Instagram is probably the least used, but it's still important for you to have it. You know what I'm saying? So, that's our social media platforms, man. And please, like I said before, don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, I tell people this every time, every week, and I'm going to keep on saying it. I'm going to say this. It's vital that you all focus on yourself and your goals and your endeavors. Don't let no one or anyone stop you. Not family, not friends, not nobody. If they're trying to get in your way, they don't want you to succeed. So you got to cut those cats loose and be like, you know what? Deuces, adios, odabo. You know what I'm saying? See you later. Hasta mañana. Every type of language that involves telling a person to go, get out of my face and stay out of my life, because they don't want to see you succeed. So, you know what I'm saying? So please continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Keep being the best version and go for your dreams. Maximum effort, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like I'm saying again, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Peace. I feel like I should do that again. You know what? Continue. Y'all, don't forget to review us. Rate us. Give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace. You know what? There we go. Peace. Check this cool cartoon intro out. All right, you can see the rest of it on my YouTube channel, and you can also check it out on my website at sanusi.shop.com. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.